What we're doing right now, right here in this forum, as of this day, gathering you guys, international students at Danish universities, to make you reflect upon what you, not specifically what you study, that is your own choice, that is your own future career, but to make you reflect on what is it that you do here, what is it you experience here. And once you're out there in the world, whether you're at home in your own country or whether you are in an international career elsewhere on the globe, whether you'll be doing something for a living that doesn't even have anything to do with Denmark, you will always remember that you were here. You will always take something with you in your personal, emotional luggage from Denmark. And that is what this new innovative marketing is all about. We have very high access, easy access to universities. We also have innovation in these universities, not just in the specific subject areas, but also an innovative attitude towards students. Those are the things that we know we have. Can we market that? Can we just throw all these things up in the air and expect the world to grab it? Yes and no. But again, marketing is part of it. The big world of millions of qualified students worldwide, we can't just appeal to all of them because we can't house them in our universities. But we can appeal to them because we have something, and we have you guys who can go out there, basically starting on Facebook and Twitter this afternoon, or just talking to family and friends over the phone, whichever way you communicate it. That is this innovative new way of branding Denmark as a place to study. You are the new generation and we are all the old generation. You know about communication, because communication is just, it's like wearing clothes. You just do it, you don't even think about it. Most of what man does is based on relations, including trust, things you can't sort of set value to it. Those things you can't neglect. You still need to meet to do a good business. But you can start the whole process, you can start negotiations, you can prepare yourself and yourselves long distance without ever having met. And that's why the world revolves so quickly now. Your means of communication, not just the hardware, but the way you communicate and intercommunicate between you and between relatives, friends, and just other students. That is how we will get the message out. That is why we want you to be ambassadors. That's why you've been picked to be ambassadors, because we believe that you are not just here for your own study career. You are also here because you've got something in you that we need, and that is your marketing skills. I've grown up in an international environment, family and friends from near and afar, having always spoken several languages apart from Danish, so I didn't have those barriers to take into consideration. When I went to Hong Kong, it was the same idea. I wanted to go to a place where I could meet the world, try my abilities in, well, in that case it was shipping, but let's just call it business overall. In a hotspot, in a melting pot, somewhere where you have all these world influences that form society, and not just in a tiny little tin can. And I will definitely say to them, don't miss a chance to go abroad, even if it's not for studying. But I'm not talking about tourism, because that they can do whenever they want. But to actually live abroad, get acquainted with other cultures, experience the world on your own 2 feet, and get rich in actually meeting people, meeting other cultures.
We have, over the past year, learned ways to promote Denmark through the Youth Goodwill Ambassador Program, and lived here, studied here, some of us have worked here. What would your tips be on helping us keep those connections?
What makes you guys very special is that you've been selected as ambassadors or youth ambassadors, specifically with the aim of getting more young people like yourselves to study in Denmark. You have your internal networks as youth ambassadors. Some of you study together, or at least at the same campuses. And what makes you one little united group and quite unique group is that nobody else does what you do. Nobody else has Youth Ambassador Corps. So you stick together. You keep your network. You spread your own views and ideas, and they may be different from Aalborg to Aarhus to Lyngby to downtown Copenhagen to Odense to sort of wherever there's a university in Denmark, and wherever your roads will take you afterwards. I'm sure that this initiation here will keep you together, even though you may not live even on the same continent. You will have that little network between you, and whoever you spread the word to will also one day, hopefully, come here or know somebody who came here. And that's the whole idea of networking.
Should you, Your Royal Highness, have the opportunity to become the prince of another country, which one would you choose?
If I just picked a nice spot on this earth where there's not much wind and there's plenty of sun, etc., etc., etc. Well, it would literally be utopia, because either there would be somebody else, or there wouldn't be anybody, and there would not be room for a royal family. So the closest I can get to you and say, if we hadn't sold the Virgin Islands in 1917, I would opt for governor. What makes you guys very special is that you've been selected as ambassadors, or youth ambassadors, specifically with the aim of getting more young people like yourselves to study in Denmark. You have your internal networks as youth ambassadors. Some of you study together, or at least at the same campuses. And what makes you one little united group and quite unique group is that nobody else does what you do. Nobody else has a Youth Ambassador Corps. Do what it takes to promote Denmark in whatever way you like to. You know better. You have some programs here, you have some tools here that will enable you to. But you are the future. We are the past generation. We can just hand you our knowledge of the world as we have helped shape it. You will be shaping tomorrow's world. That's what you do best, whatever your studies were. So go out there, and you don't have to shout it out through a megaphone, come to Denmark to study, whatever. Your ways of getting the word out is the best way.